Well, welcome to the D22Zone.com podcast.
You mean the D double twos or
D double two.
dots full stop?
There's a hyphen in there somewhere.
Probably.
So, I don't know. I guess I'll just get the ball rolling. What have you guys been playing this week?
That's a good question.
Going down the list on TeamSpeak, I have been playing a bit of Dark Souls this week, which has no relation to PC.
Or doesn't it? Or doesn't it?
Exactly. Of course, we've got the news out of a few. It wasn't an Australian magazine, which.
Well, yeah. Obviously, there's a German magazine as well. Apparently, has got that teaser image at the back.
Yeah.
So-
I know that You Died sign quite a lot, you see. And, you know, the instant impressions was going straight back to Dark Souls. But, no, it's interesting.
Okay, then here's a question for you. Why do you want Dark Souls on PC?
So I can purchase it again. That's just...
That's not a fantastic reason.
I don't know. PC is like my little sort of bag of games. I love centralization. I just love everything to be together. And as much as I can put stuff on my PC, I would. Like, let's say if I was like an avid Game Boy fan, I would play Game Boy games on my PC. Just like, because it's all sort of internal and all on one bit of kit, if you know what I mean.
I do know what you mean. Like, I was playing Wizorb. Thanks for that.
Wizorb.
And the good thing about having it on PC, because it is on just about every other platform in existence. I believe it's on 360
It's
as
on
well.
mobile as well.
Yeah, it is.
Hmm.
And the thing about playing a game like that on your Xbox 360, like an indie game like that, is like it doesn't really require all of your attention.
Yeah.
But like it's nice to be able to have something running in a window, so you can have a look at other things at the same time, maybe watch something, listen to some music. But I do understand what you mean, and as well, like, performance-wise, you know, we may see some progress in Dark Souls.
Of course, that was another thing, wasn't it? You know, I don't know if we should mention that particular area, if people haven't played it, but there's a couple of areas.
Well, it's not spoilers, but yeah.
There's a couple of areas on the PS3 version, and it lagged quite badly. Like it's called like 3 FPS Town or whatever it's called.
I don't
Wow.
think it's not the official name.
No, it's probably just something that we made up. But yeah, we're gonna give it that name anyway.
Well, wasn't there like a multiplayer component to Dark Souls where other people could leave like messages?
Yeah, you
there's
get
that.
given a couple of items. One allows you to perform like co-op with another player, and then you can do like PvP and that kind of thing. And one of the items you get allows you to kind of leave messages. Like it's not as important. Like it's really strange. Like it's the same system that is operated in the previous game in Demon Souls, but it feels a lot more important in Demon Souls. So like as I was going through it the first time, I'd see a message on the floor, and like, you put a lot of trust in these messages because obviously they're from players who have played the game for you. Some of them, you know, are trustworthy, but others not so much. So it'll say like, oh yeah, you know, surge ahead, you know, jump down here. Obviously you die. But the problem with Dark Souls is every second message says praise the sun. And it's like, oh, okay. Cool.
And it has like a rating of 10, which just makes it appear more times, I think. Or
Yeah, like the higher rated the messages are, the more they appear.
It seems like something like that would work better on the PC.
well, yeah, I just the whole co-op situation I haven't really had much luck with. Like being able to summon someone into your world is actually quite tricky. But then it's sort of like a mixed bag, really. Like sometimes it will work straight out the pot, or sometimes you'll be there for hours. Like I was the other night, actually. I was outside one area and I was trying to summon a good friend of mine, Josh, and it took me literally about 3 hours. And the reason why it took me that is because what you have to do is you have to go into a certain form to summon people. And this form allows, basically opens the door to you being invaded by nasty bad guys. And these nasty bad guys normally are people that have completed the game 3 times over and have a million bazillion wicked weapons and stuff which basically you can't do much about. And that happened to me about 8 times.
Wow.
8
I feel
times.
like there would be a balance issue with that.
Yeah, well, they sort of deserve it. They've obviously completed the game. It's just the case of, you know, I think there probably should be like a timing thing whereby when you go into this certain form, you should have like a 10-minute gap or something where you can't be invaded.
Oh, it's
Then
the fun
after
in that.
Yeah, but it was annoying after like the 4th time. Like that is annoying. But yeah, let's hope the PC version irons out some of these little bits and
Well, I
pieces.
don't know, like the co-op thing is like maybe a design choice, so it's not as easy to co-op with your friends all the time.
It could be. Like there's always been the argument of it being easy, which it's true. But you know, if something was there to be used, I would have hoped that it would be a little easier to use it. And to me, it sounds more like a technical thing than that of a sort of like design issue. But we'll see. You know, you like the PC version could be 10 times worse. I'm just, I think I'm definitely going to purchase it for the PC and see how it goes. And I wish the ability to like transfer your characters from the PS3 to the PC would be amazing. That would be truly epic.
Of course, it could all be shocking speculation, and we could look like idiots when they announce that it's, you know, a Facebook-themed like Demon Souls game.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, even if it did, let's assume that it's going to come out on PC and that our intel is correct. At what price would you purchase it, given that you already own it?
The thing is, like, people talk about PC being like the hardcore, like the home of the hardcore. I mean, that's where you've got all of your spreadsheet, like war games, that kind of thing. Like, it fits. But I think if you look at like the recently released Alan Wake, didn't come out at full price. Well, full price being £40, €40, $60.
Yep.
Like, and I think it's a smart move. Like, they understand that people wanted Alan Wake on PC from the start. Then it went Xbox exclusive, and you have a lot of people on PC who, for a long time when the consoles first came out, kind of felt second class because you had like rush to jobs coming to PC, like no modding tools, like none of this stuff. But I think they do well to charge less full price for Dark Souls.
I would
I think
agree.
that'd be the smart thing to do.
Yeah. Well, I just like I'm hoping around for the £20 mark. I can't even remember how much I paid for the PS3 one. How much was
I
that?
bought mine full price.
Was that £30?
I think you probably did as well. 30, 35.
Oh, okay. Like, what was Demon Souls?
I bought Demons from America.
Oh.
I imported it before it was released here because it was like 8 months.
Hold on, you've just
Something like
revealed
that.
why Abby's here. God damn it.
I did buy it from Canada as well.
Oh.
A well-known Canadian gaming website, which I won't, you know,
Can
other
sort of
gaming
just,
websites are
remind me of
available.
the,
I don't know it.
Can you?
Is it like Video Game Plus? I think it's called.
Max, can
They
you
do-
just
they're real
remind
good.
me of this sort of pound to a Canadian dollar rate? Is it 1-to-1 maybe?
No,
it's not. It's
no.
£1 to, but now we've had the budget. I think it's $1 is £3.20.
Oh no
okay.
no.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
No, it's not. It's like £10 is something like 15 Canadian dollars,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
which is good for me. Yay!
We don't do that. Like everything
Oh.
in America and Canada is cheaper. Everything.
We should go there.
Yeah.
I hear they have milk in bags.
We do, yeah, and it's
Saying that, I was in
it's amazing.
a well-known supermarket chain in England, and I did see. Well, first of all, I saw this kind of plastic container that was kind of saying, you know, you can put your milk into this container. I was like, well, why would you do that? Milk is already in a container. And then I saw next to it there was some milk in bags, and I was wow. Because now we can't make that joke anymore. It was a woman standing next to it as well.
Yeah.
She was
Ah,
completely
yeah.
nude.
That's Ollie, everybody. He's our new D22Zone mascot.
And he's
Crude-
nude as well.
Crudely,
Nude.
crude
This
nude
is
Ollie.
this is the D22 nude cast. We're all naked currently, I think.
All of us.
Okay, well, I didn't get the memo, so now I
Yeah,
feel
it's a
left
little
out.
bit awkward. Imagine if we were in the same room as well.
I really don't want to do that at the
glad
moment.
I can't help
we
but
don't
imagine
have
it.
leather seats.
That's true. You'd be sitting on the floor in my room.
So yeah, Dark Souls. It's going to be an interesting one, and I'm still going to purchase it on PC. So
Okay, here's a question for you, right? Would you buy Dark Souls again on the Xbox if it didn't come out on PC and I gave you an Xbox? Are you that interested in just playing it again, or is it just because you want it on your PC? Even though right now you could probably turn to your side, pick up your PlayStation control, and turn on Dark Souls.
yeah,
It's that simple for you.
I think, yeah, just yeah.
Just yeah, good.
Yeah.
But you know what? There's a different feel though on console. Like every so often, I get an urge to play one of the Fallouts, and I have them for both PC and my Xbox. And there's just a different feel to it. I don't know.
No, I know what you mean.
I think I'm slightly disconnected from the console, which I'd prefer not to be. I wish I could sort of, connect to all the sort of gaming platforms out there. But like PC is my favourite, and I wish that I could say the same about consoles.
I don't know,
Same
like,
sort of level.
I think there's something about... I know this is like a tired argument, and one that people can disprove, but I kind of like... Because I can sit in my bed, like, with a controller in my hand, like, you know, and I can play my PS3 or my Xbox. I can't really do that on my PC. I know some people can, you know, with controls, wireless keyboards, and that kind of thing. But my PC's been a joke recently, so I can't really sit down and like play a game, an RPG or something for like 4 hours, because it'll probably crash after like 20 minutes.
Yeah,
with
no,
my
there's...
console, I can switch off the lights, you know, play some heavy rain.
I would love to see Heavy Rain on the PC. I would love that. Mostly because I don't own a PlayStation 3.
Well, don't worry, you can download the demo for Halo Wars. It's what I'm doing at the moment. That wasn't completely random.
Why would I want to do that, though?
Well, because it's Halo.
That seems
but
like the furthest away from Heavy Rain I could possibly get,
I don't really know
story
what
and
we've got.
gameplay-wise.
What about Deadly Premonition? People should play
remind me.
that game.
Remind me which one that was.
It's like, I believe it's kind of based on Twin Peaks. It's kind of weird.
Okay. Wow. Interesting. Is David Duchovny in it? If David Duchovny's in it, I'm sold.
Well, someone who's a little bit like that, actually. Kind of scarily like that.
So it's actually him?
Well, yeah, exactly.
Just a note to all you listeners out there, I might actually die during this podcast. There's some sort of weird, like, virus that's going around. Everybody's sick. Everybody is super
I've got
sick.
a bit of a cough as well, which is worrying because I'm on the other side of a gigantic ocean to you.
Yeah, so...
I think
So
we
it's
did
almost
get
definitely the
virus.
same thing.
Oh, no, sorry.
Ollie.
Ollie.
Right, so what else have we been playing this week?
Not that much. Not that much. It's been a slow week, gaming wise.
Yeah, I guess it has. Huh?
Like obviously, there's no big releases. You got Resident Evil out this Friday. Yeah.
Sorry, I was just asleep there.
But that's about it.
Well, I have been... I don't think I've left the house since Thursday. And I've got so much cabin fever, and I've been playing so many video games, and I'm sick of video games.
Okay, well
She
this
said,
section now
playing her
makes
Xbox.
sense because you can now talk forever
That
about what
brings
you've
up
been
the
playing.
problem about what happens when I talk. Hold on, I'm gonna cough. So there's
There we
that.
That was good. That's live
That was
live action there.
live hurricane.
Now you're all infected, and I covered
Oh,
the microphone
man.
for that.
no.
No.
I have been playing this game called Spleunky, which
Oh, no
is
way!
the free platformer by Derek Yu that I will probably write a little something on for D22Zone -.com. It's pretty addictive. I spent, I think, a good day just doing that, although I was on several types of cold medications, so don't read anything too badly into that. I'm gonna
Okay,
start
so
over.
talk to me.
So I've
This
been
is-
playing Spunky.
This is the IGF nominated game for like the
Yes.
grand prize.
Yes.
So I've seen kind of the old art for it, but there's also this new kind of art, this kind of cartoony style. Is
it looks
that
really
out,
good. Yes.
or is that good? Good.
No, it's out and it looks really good. And the entire time that I've been playing this, like I don't know why. You know, in the NES era and all that kind of thing, we didn't have something almost like this. I mean, it's a great game. You can pick it up, you can play it for as long as you want. Permadeath is a rather large feature of this game, but if you've ever played Super Meat Boy or VVV, things like that, then it's
I think you missed a couple of V's.
VV. You'll feel at home here, and it's free. It's free. You cannot. All arguments are invalid when
But what happens
when
if
you
it's
just realize
free?
that it's free.
And rubbish.
Well, then you don't have to play it, and it's not very good, and you don't also have to pay for it. But
Well, that's good.
it's
But luckily
it's pretty
not
good.
rubbish.
No, it's not rubbish.
So what kind of game is it? Like, it's a dungeon crawler kind of
you
game?
you are essentially an Indiana Jones want to be, and your little guy goes in and he's in these caves slunking, and you have to try and get out of the caves, and there's gold to collect and artifacts and things like that, maidens to rescue and items to be collected.
It's all remarkably
fun,
similar
and
to
it's
my
pretty
life.
charming.
I think I could maybe sue this guy.
You want to sue the guy who made a free game
Yeah,
about
it
your
sounds,
awesome
it sounds
life?
he based this game on my life.
Well, that may be. Ugh. You die really... Here's the thing. You have 4 lives, and for me at least, it's really easy to die. So I've only gotten to level 6 consistently, and I think there's something like 20, 30 levels. So... I also wonder if that's the reason that it's not on Steam yet, is I wonder how viable it is to actually be able to beat. But apparently people have done it. Not people like me, but people. People who need people are the happiest people.
Are we allowed to do that?
I don't know, are we gonna get a letter
Maybe.
from the, who sang that? Barbra Streisand?
Yeah, well, she is our
Babs.
biggest fan.
She
Yeah.
comments on every one of my goals.
She really does. She has some kind of in-depth knowledge about all this stuff as well. She's got real strong opinions.
She's stalking me on Facebook. We're in a poking
She
war.
hated the Mass Effect 3 ending.
I think everybody did, and I think they are well within their rights to do so. Frankly,
Sure. Okay. Full disclosure here. I've not played Mass Effect 3, but
nor I, and I really want to.
thing
Actually,
is, yeah, I do as well now. Especially, BioWare have commented saying obviously they're going to be producing DLC for Mass Effect 3, but it's kind of like a cagey statement that makes it sound like they might be reworking a few things. But I kind of like to play it and see what all the fuss is about, because like I don't think I've ever read a book and got to the end and thought, "Oh, I'm taking this back." You know, I was not prepared for the way that this book ended. I didn't read Finnegan's Wake, get to the end, and be like, "What? It just goes back to the start." That's it. The thing is, I don't understand. Like, oh god,
Oh, Ollie.
Spoilers, whoa.
no spoilers. Yeah, you only have to read like 6 words of Finnegan's Wake. But the thing is, like, there's something about video game fans in general that gives them some kind of entitlement, a kind of strange entitlement that I don't see anywhere else.
I think it's probably because, I mean, you don't pay $60 for a book, and they also didn't tell you that Finnegan's Wake, that nothing was going to be going back to the beginning. You know, there was this whole idea that the choices that you make matter, and I think that is sort of a hallmark, if you will, of the Mass Effect franchise. And then it was literally just a palette swap. It was amazing. I
can't remember. Sorry, I can't
No,
remember
go on.
the last BioWare game that the decisions actually mattered in the game, not like The Witcher 2. The shit that you do in The Witcher 2 does matter, the decisions you make. But in like Dragon Age, it was crap.
Yeah,
Or
and like the
even
problem I had
Mass
with that,
Effect,
like with
they were
Dragon
never
Age, is
any
like it's
good.
like it's like limited to the area that you were in. So you'd go into a town and then you'd make a few decisions there that would then affect the rest of the town. But like with Mass Effect, the problem I had going from 1 to 2, and again, like I've heard better things of this implementation, the third one. In 1 and 2, it was like I got to the second game and then someone would approach me and they'd say, "Oh, thanks so much for doing this for me." They'd be like, "Well, who are you?" "Oh, you know, I was some woman that you said hello to in the first game." "Right. Okay, so alien time." And then I'd shoot some aliens.
There was that.
To have sex with an alien.
And yeah,
Also that.
definitely some of that. The blue one with the face mask. I'm not even joking. Not even
Callie?
joking. Yeah.
Yeah, she's cute. I like Tally. But I always played FemShep. And I think FemShep and Garrus, that's a match made in heaven right now.
Yeah. Like I was listening to
Well,
another rival podcast.
What his genitals look like.
Yeah. Some kind of strange alien. Okay, here's a question. Like in the if you play as Manshep, you if you romance a woman, occasionally they will perform a striptease and a lap dance for you. If you're playing as Femshep, what do the men do?
It is, well, it depends. There's I think I'm gonna make this an actual video podcast, and I'm gonna put in. There was the new what was his name? I think his name was Jacob. There's the black guy in Mass Effect 2, which sounds racist, but it's not. It really isn't. And he just had a ridiculous way of approaching Shepard. He would just come into her quarters and be like, "Well, it took a lot of effort to get in here, but the prize."
Oh wow!
That is literally what he says.
Look at this. Like sneaking into the captain's quarters. Heavy risk, but the prize.
Would you lock him out of your quarters?
No, it's actually kind of spooky. That is not what I, as a woman, am looking for when I want to go on a date. However, that being said,
it isn't. Oh,
weird
God.
aliens isn't what I'm looking for either. But it was really sweet actually between.
Let's be honest. Like, if you're gonna be sexed up by anyone in the Mass Effect universe, it'd be Thane. Hands down. I would let him.
Isn't that the kind of like strangely quiet green guy?
Yes.
The assassin. He was pretty cool.
He's pretty cool.
I was gonna say I wish I could have played him, but I did because he wasn't the DLC guy. There was another DLC guy. Yeah.
Oh wow.
There's that. That happened to me. Ollie.
Is that who you're talking about?
Thane?
What? No, I'm asking. No, what was the DLC guy you're talking about? Is that the Cockney bloke? I forgot his name.
I don't-
He's a bit of a twat.
I don't know. I think there's that. I think his name was Zane or Zarek or something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't like him very much.
Yeah,
Here's the thing.
He was a bellend.
I really liked the Kasumi character, and I'm a little PO that she was DLC only. Number one, because I don't have Xbox Live, and I can't buy. I tried to buy the DLC for my Xbox on my PC, figuring there must be some sort of like way I could get it on a USB stick or something, but I couldn't do it. I was throwing my money at the screen, and they wouldn't. They
Well, I
would
found
not
that's not a
let
good
me buy it.
of buying things. I find a lot of the time when I throw money at a screen, it just falls to the floor.
Well, I mean, we.
I'm gonna just try now. Like,
But see, it worked because we got Deus Ex Human Revolution.
That's
So-
true.
And I've been throwing money at the screen for about 10 years.
But it does take time.
Yeah. It does. You just sort of have to. It's like erosion, right? You have to sort of wear it down. Speaking of which, I have also Anachronox just got released on goodoldgames.com.
It did.
It did, and I played that for the first days of my fever. And that's pretty good. The combat's a little annoying, but you know what? It made me think of. You remember a little while ago there was this whole controversy about this lead character, this lead writer at BioWare, how she was a cancer on BioWare or something equally ridiculous because she wanted to skip the combat in games. That's not from you, Ollie. I kind of get where she's coming from now. I just kind of want to skip the combat and in Anachronox and just play the story.
Yeah, I could definitely. No.
They were so mean to her.
Thing is, if you're playing Call of Duty, shooting people with the guns and things, like if a cutscene comes, you can skip cutscenes.
Yeah.
So why is it perfectly acceptable to skip a cutscene by pressing start, but not pressing start during a combat section and saying skip combat? Why not?
Well, except you're not playing Call of Duty to be regaled with tales of valor on the battlefield and not participate
I know that's why I'm
in
doing it.
No, but I mean, I think that's and who did that? LA Noire did that as well. They could let you skip certain parts, like the driving parts. I had trouble with, so I would just skip that.
the driving parts were kind of strange. Like you'd kind of going around, and then someone would say you're out of line, and then you'd get there, and then you'd solve the crime.
Or not, in my case.
Yeah, or not. Well, like my experience of LA Noire was quite short before I had to reformat my PC. But I remember the first case where the guy gets shot outside the jewelry store, I think it is, or turns out by like the jewelry guy. And I had two problems with this opening section, right? And that's even before the interrogation, which I got wrong about 10 times. So we turn up, and then the guy's like, okay, well, let's get in the car and we'll drive down to the place where the gun was bought. And I was like, okay. So I decided to perform a U-turn, a 3-point turn in the road. I ran over the body. Which, okay, I understood that was my fault. And then eventually, once we tracked down the owner of the gun, the gentleman who ran the gun store, so he ran out the back, and then a tooltip pops up saying, to shoot, pull out, press this button. And like to aim, press this button. I was like, okay, so I shot the guy in the leg, failed the mission. I was like, well, why would you possibly tell me how to shoot at this section? And
if you didn't want me to shoot.
If you didn't want me to, it's like as a throwaway. Then, we haven't taught them how to shoot yet. Yeah, just put it there. Yeah, and it was
Whatever.
like, you failed the mission. I was like, oh, I see. I'm one of those policemen.
Mm-hmm.
I was furious.
Like a police, like a good one, like
yeah, like
doesn't
day
shoot unarmed
policeman.
suspects.
I thought these were simpler times.
Well, no, this is like 1940s LA, right? I mean, you just round up all the minorities, and then there you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Case closed.
And it's probably one of them.
Oh, good. So there's that. So playing Anachronox and games like that, I can easily see where she's coming from. However, I think that if you're playing a video game, there's certain reasons to be playing a video game and not watching a movie or something that's more passive. And I think that is what perhaps less eloquent people were trying to get across when they called her a cancer on her profession and her passion all at the same time.
Yeah.
So
It's one thing to disagree in a well thought out manner. Actually, I believe games are about gameplay. Fair enough.
mm.
But some people,
There's different kind of gameplay.
True.
Some people don't
this is
like
probably
all
a
of them.
discussion for another time, but I wonder had the person in question been a man, if the reaction would have been quite the same.
Mm.
I imagine probably not.
And I like that you said that
Rather than you, yeah.
rather than me.
Have a bunch of comments going, oh, typical.
Typical Abigail.
Women sticking together.
Yeah. It's I mean, there's not a lot of us in the video game industry, and it's hard when you're in a male-dominated profession. But
You're in a male-dominated podcast right now.
Every profession. Sorry.
Well, I'm not sure
Yeah.
about Ollie.
you guys are pretty cool. You guys are honorary girls. You're my honorary.
I'm not sure that is a good thing before you start cheering and whooping.
Now we have to go to the club and dance in a circle of our pocketbooks and shoes.
Yeah, and take
As
pictures of our
Dave
shoes as
once
well.
said.
One of those photos where you point your camera at the ground. Do
Duck
they do that
facing.
as well? They do that here quite a lot.
You know what? I don't know, because I'm spending my time doing podcasts about video games. So
if only more women did that.
then I wouldn't feel special. I'm ambivalent about that. I'm in a nice place now.
Yeah, before there'll be a podcast emerging over the next week called the Female Gaming Podcast. Then it will have 20 women in a room discussing video games, and then it just won't be cool anymore.
No, I know,
It'd
and
be
then
too
I'm not
mainstream.
have a competitive advantage anymore. And then so that's my 2 cents.
It was good. I'll take
We
that
had-
to the bank.
We have 4 people in here though. Who didn't talk? Is it our mascot Ollie?
Me. Glove didn't really either. Damn it, Glove.
Yeah, Jace did a little bit. We chatted about Dark Souls. It was good. I enjoyed
Yeah, I
it.
didn't really talk about it.
I haven't really
I
played that
just-
much this week either.
Ollie did not enjoy himself.
Hold on,
Like
have we finished the podcast or are we still rolling?
No, we're still rolling.
Yeah, we're still rattling.
Oh,
Still
okay.
rattling on. We're like a car with no
Going
brake.
on about what could give us the competitive edge. Do any podcasts have a transgender member?
I don't know.
Because
What about the?
Are you trying to tell us something?
Yeah, I
Well-
think he is. He's willing to take one for the team.
I could take one. I'll take one right now.
Well, this will be the D22 transgender cast.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you've all seen the pictures of me with the pink top and the long.
And yeah, that's when you had
curly,
long
luscious
hair, curly
hair.
blonde
I
hair.
actually haven't, and I would like it if you would
Well,
send that
what we
to
should
me, so I
probably
can
do
include
is
that
when
in the
we,
podcast.
When we upload this podcast, we'll listen
Yeah.
through, pop a couple of links in there, good old games for
Or
Anachronox, and then a
it's gonna
picture
be
of
on
Ollie.
YouTube, isn't it? And it's
Yeah. Oh,
going
yes.
to be a video. So if you want to put the sexy picture up there, feel free.
Yeah, we could do that.
The only experience I have with people with Scottish accents is Mike Myers and that
Austin
movie that he
Powers.
did. It's the one. I'm dead
Yeah, wow.
6.
Fat bastard.
That
That's the
bastard.
one.
That laugh track was perfectly timed. So yeah, anybody
Alright.
anything else to say about video games or
Well,
I've
I
been
enjoy them.
video game
I've been
things?
playing some games this
What?
week.
Give me one of them. Give the best one.
Name one.
The breast one.
Yes.
Uh,
There's no pressure.
Project Zomboid.
All right, never
That's
heard.
good,
Well,
that
I've
one.
heard of it, but
That is a good one. And they've been updating a lot recently. They're in the closed beta, and they've been throwing out the patches left, right, and centre. It's good. Loving it. Surviving the zombie apocalypse in a 2D isometric landscape. It's easy.
really,
Is it on Steam, Ollie?
It
No,
isn't.
no,
Like, I think
not
Steam
yet.
has problems with games that are like patching
Well,
like that
the thing is,
constantly.
it's so early in development. They've had a chat with Steam, and as soon as they enter a phase where they say they're finished, they're allowed to sell it on Steam, I think. But yeah,
Well, I think it's the
And it's
same
good
reason
to
that
be
Minecraft we never saw on Steam, because Minecraft was always in kind of alpha, then beta.
yeah. Well, the thing is, like, Notch wants to do stuff DLC wise that Steam won't allow. Like, it's in the terms and conditions of Steam or whatever. But yeah, it's really good, and the update brought a new section to the map, new lighting effects, new weapons, the ability to chop down trees and cut them up for barricades. Good shit.
riveting gameplay.
Yeah, you can make sheep ropes and climb out the windows now.
I can see that you're selling it
Genius.
quite well.
Overdosing, that's there. You don't want to die to zombies. Take some pills. You can get absolutely shit-faced as well.
Woohoo!
And I mean, who doesn't want it?
Well, exactly. I mean, it's a zombie apocalypse. Get the whiskey.
You
get the
might as
job
well.
done.
Yeah, we're all going down.
Meet up. What is it? Pint at the pub. Is that
Yeah.
what you guys say?
Or what do you guys say?
Do you want to go to the bar and drink?
See, that sounds like a chat-up line.
Maybe. I actually don't drink, so I don't really know.
I think it's more important with the hand signals. You sort
Would-
of do like you're holding like a pint glass and like pint, and then you sort of raise your eyebrows, big eyes, pint.
Yeah, it's true.
It's
Pint?
that sort of
Big
thing.
eyes, yeah.
I don't
Do
know,
the
pub?
little, the rocking motion of your hand into your mouth.
That's it. Yeah,
Wait.
pint with the raised eyebrows. It's totally true.
Do you guys want to go do alcohol? I don't know.
Yeah, that is how they say it. Alcohol's pretty hardcore.
Alcohol.
Let me just get my heroin.
Anyway, before we totally
Before
got
we
off
descend
subject,
into the world of drugs,
um,
before this podcast gets hardcore.
we've got to conclude this. So yeah, it's been what is this, number 8 now, isn't it? Number 8?
Yeah, this is number 8.
800.
Almost in double figures.
Do you know what, it's actually quite disappointing that I can't keep track of the podcast. They're one a week. It's almost like, come on, Jason, you're better than that.
Yeah, and so far you haven't been able to count to 8,
I know, it's pretty bad. I need to get
and
that
that
list
is
out.
worrying.
Anyway, thanks for listening, guys, and take care now. All the best.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.